Hansan, welcome to the DVD Weekly Podcast. My name is Don.
I'm Jared Shacko.
And we are about to give you July 25th.
That's right. My God. This
2023.
Is it. This is it. We're about to go into the month that brother always forgets. Or is that September?
August and September. God, I hate them. No, they're both. I get the two mixed up.
You get the two mixed up.
Yeah, I hate them. Because there's something very generic about August and September, to me.
Just getting through summer.
To me, they're just the same thing.
September's football, man. Come on.
All right.
Beginning is set. That's, to me, it's like, I just want August to get over with.
Yeah.
Like, out of all the months, it's August that I just want to start and finish.
Yeah.
Just finish. Just get out of the way so that we can get into September.
Understood.
Get into some real football.
I like that.
Come on.
I like that a lot.
Yeah.
Just watching a podcast I didn't know about. It's called Tuned In, TOON dash D.
Did there.
Had Jim Cummings and it's Billy West's show, and Jim Cummings was on the show. Dude, Jim Cummings, he is the voice of damn near everybody right now at Disney. I mean, he does Winnie the Pooh, he does that Firefly. He's just kind of like the stand-in voice now. He just does everybody's voice. And then Billy West, look on your phone, look up Billy West.
Billy West.
And tell me some of the famous things that he's done. He's done a lot of stuff. But for some reason, my mind's just not clicking. But anyway, just watched a podcast. And it's weird to watch two guys do a podcast.
Really?
Yeah, after we've been doing it for almost 18 years, brother.
That's right.
Damn.
American voice actor. Let's go to, he's 71 years old.
Okay.
His voice roles include.
Yeah.
Ah, nice.
Something's big on there.
Bugs Bunny in the 1996 film Space Jam.
I'll be darned.
Several subsequent projects, the title characters of Doug and the Ren and Stimpy Show.
Yeah, Ren and Stimpy. That's the one
as well
I know
as
him from.
Futurama characters, Philip J. Fry, Professor Farnsworth, Dr. Zoidberg, and Zap Brannigan. In commercials, he voices the Red M&M.
I'll be darned.
Formerly voiced Buzz for Honey Nut Cheerios.
Huh.
Also established characters. West also voices other established characters such as Elmer Fudd,
Nice.
Popeye,
Nice.
Shaggy Rogers. I don't know who that is. Skeets, Muttley, and Woody Woodpecker.
I'll be darned.
He was a cast on the Howard Stern Show.
He was. He was actually talking about that on the podcast that I was watching.
Interesting.
Yeah. And then look up, while we're at it, look up Jim Cummings.
Ooh, brother, that sounds...
Easy.
Know,
Yeah, you got to spell it correctly, or it
Yeah,
might take you down a hole you don't want to be in.
Well, isn't that how you spell it? Let's see.
Jim. I love Jim. I've talked to Jim.
Cummings frequently worked with the Walt Disney Company and Warner Brothers, including as the official voice of Winnie the Pooh since 1988.
There you go.
Tigger.
Yeah.
Since 1989.
Mm-hmm.
The Tasmanian Devil
Mm-hmm.
since 1991. And Pete. Who's Pete?
Pete.
Since 92. Other notable roles include Fat Cat and Monterey Jack on Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers. The title character of Darkwing Duck.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Dr. Robotnik of the Sonic the Hedgehog animated
There you
series.
go.
Huh?
That's weird. They don't say Ray.
I don't see Ray.
Ray
at least
is
not
the-
on this first part.
He is the Firefly. You know who that character is, right? In Princess and
Princess and the Frog?
No, is that it?
Yeah, isn't it? Pretty sure.
For some reason, I'm not placing that character in a movie.
Wasn't he? No?
Maybe. No, I think it was earlier than that, wasn't it?
Maybe. You might be right. I mean, shoot.
But it was Cajun. It was about,
Yeah. Isn't
that kind of thing. That would have been Princess and the Frog.
But this doesn't show that as him being in that.
Yeah, he definitely did. He's the one who sang. Remember
Why is it not listed then?
Remember.
I'm looking at his filmography.
Remember that character sang to the clouds because that was his amour, his love was the sparkling star. You don't remember that? Well, he sang that song to Susan and Autumn.
Really?
Because he saw the tattoo on her arm, on her shoulder, of that character. And all of a sudden, dude, he broke out and just started singing the song to her.
Interesting.
I'm like, oh my God.
I don't know why it's not in his filmography.
Was maybe that's not the name. It is Ray, isn't it?
Not sure, but I mean, it's that film isn't in his, and it is not in his filmography.
Because I mean, that's one of his.
You know, it is. He was in recently on Plex. Mm-hmm. He's on King of the Hill.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Really? Yeah. Both of those guys are like the top. The top.
Simpsons.
Speaking of the top, let's open up a tapper.
Yeah, well, let's, we got somebody to tribute, man, just today.
Just today.
Freaking legend.
We are going to open up our monsters today in honor of 96-year-old Tony
Bennett, man. Damn.
Yeah.
I mean, 96.
Yeah.
The guy lived a life.
Oh, yeah, good life.
But he was diagnosed with Alzheimer's in 2016, but continued to perform and record through 2021.
With Lady Gaga.
That's right. Yeah, Lady Gaga. Shoot, I thought they were together at one point.
So did I.
Frank Sinatra, brother.
Yeah.
The man.
Yeah.
Called him the greatest popular singer in the world.
Jeez.
That's high praise.
Wow.
From the man, Sinatra.
That's something. That is something. So, yes, this drink is for you, sir.
That's right. I mean, that truly a legend, man.
Yeah.
I wasn't a huge fan. I haven't even records or.
No,
but come on.
Probably in the family, I was the biggest fan. And it's just because of the past. Mm-hmm. I mean, he was the last of that style of singer.
Yeah, right.
Right. I mean, that for me, Susan did not like him at all.
I think I remember that.
Didn't like him at all.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, when I told her this morning, I said, "You're not going to believe he passed away." And she goes, "Oh, who?" When I said Tony Bennett, she goes, "Oh." It's like, ouch.
Yeah, no, I mean, come on. The guy, you got to give respect to Tony.
Yeah.
That guy's, my God. And to stay as relevant as he did up until his passing, man.
Yeah.
I mean, he had a #1 record at the age of 85.
Yeah. Yep.
Like, who else?
That's amazing.
It was the oldest anybody had ever had a #1 record. Like,
that's so cool.
So for him to stay as active as he did and as relevant, and then, to kind of spark up this whole thing with Lady Gaga, which obviously
What would you say?
him.
Would you say he was a crooner?
Yeah, at one time,
Yeah.
I think you could say that.
Yeah. I'll be darned.
But, yeah, man, Tony Bennett, rest in peace, bro.
Yeah, absolutely. He'll be missed. Like I said, I mean, I don't know that there's anybody in that era that's still around.
And if they are, they're not doing it, you know what I mean? Like Tony Bennett, you always heard about. He's always popping up in places.
Right.
So, no, I think you're right, man. I think that era, even the Sinatras, and like all
was he a part of the Rat Pack?
No.
He was not a part of the Rat Pack. We were talking about I was talking about that with somebody this morning. And they mentioned that, and I'm like, oh, wait, was he? I don't remember.
Yeah.
But he definitely was friends with all those.
I'm gonna look that up now because I don't want to be wrong.
Okay. While you look that up.
Well, it was Errol Flynn, Nat King Cole,
Flynn.
Yeah, Mickey Rooney, Frank Sinatra.
Okay.
So there were others that I guess joined at times. Sammy Davis Jr. Obviously.
The actor Errol Flynn.
Yeah.
He wasn't a singer. I thought the Rat Pack was they were all singers.
Well, I think he must have been a singer at some point then.
Weird.
Errol Flynn.
Huh.
But you're right. I mean, obviously more known for being an actor, of course.
Well, brother, it's just sad. It's sad, brother. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Okay.
It's okay.
There you go. Every once in a while, I like to take my listeners backstage. I don't always do it on purpose. Last week, I took all of you backstage.
Oh, right. I heard.
The way we do this show is that certain elements are on different tracks. And I think sometimes we end up with anywhere from 4 to 6 tracks. Usually less than that, but sometimes,
Yeah.
So when I edit the show, it's always a good idea to sit down and edit the show in one sitting. Because you're like, your head is splicing it together, saying, okay, we got to put this in. And we need to add that in. Okay, well, on the last show, I started editing, and then we went to dinner. Then we went to dinner. Okay, got home too late, and then come the next day, Saturday, we were doing a lot of stuff. I got in here on Saturday night, and I started working on it a little bit more. kind of fit, then I just had to stop again. Then I came back to it again. Anyway, long story short, I goofed. Completely forgot to put in the phone calls. So not only do you hear us introduce a phone call and then talk all about it when the phone call is supposedly ending.
Yeah.
You also heard what we do between that time. Oh, trust me. First thing I did, I panicked.
Yeah.
Oh, Lord have mercy. I went and listened to all of them just to make sure we didn't say anything. No, we were very nice. Very nice.
Thank God.
It was weird to hear us turn on and turn off. Because we're like, got the DJ voices going and we're doing our thing and the announcer voice and da-da-da. And then, okay, now what was that one? Oh, okay, yeah, he talks about blah, blah, blah. And then, okay, here we go. And then we're laughing,
Oh, that's good stuff.
Well, the minute I heard, do you know who told us?
Well, I heard from Tony.
No.
And I heard from, let's see. I was just talking to him. And, me and David? No.
It's usually the person that catches us.
Well, Strominger, right?
Maybe that's who it was.
But that's not who I was talking with about it. Dave Becker.
Dave Becker.
Yeah. Yeah, good friend of the show.
Well, anyway, thank you, everybody, for letting us know. As soon as I found out, I shouldn't say as soon as, because I left it that night. But
I guess the first release of that show also didn't have the Sayonara. How'd that get cut off, brother?
What?
Yeah. Said that's what Dave said. He said, by the way, that initial release also missed your patented Sayonara.
How weird.
Which that's the one where wasn't that one? That was the one with the whole phone call from Will, right?
Yeah.
About
yes. How weird is that? Now that I don't know how that happened.
We might have to play Will's again sometime.
That is really weird. Well, no, so I don't know if you know or not, but I redid it.
Gotcha.
On Sunday, I said, I have to redo these shows. So I went in, got rid of them, and then got rid of them on YouTube, and then I redid the whole thing. So.
That's a lot of work. I just would have been like, whatever, this is the...
Yeah,
this is the way this one's going to be, people.
I felt like I was cheating. All right. Last weekend was a big weekend for me, brother.
Big weekend.
Should have been for you, too.
Oh, really?
Tell me, brother, that you bought the Hallmark Haunted Mansion set.
No, I did not.
The main piece.
Yeah.
Sold out.
Really?
Within an hour.
No kidding.
Online.
Wow.
Gone within an hour.
The mansion.
The mansion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's cool, too, man.
Darn it. You weren't going to get it?
No. I had no way. I had no... Where was I going to put it? When?
Brother.
Yeah.
I played with it.
It's cool, man.
Yeah, it's cool. If you play it just by itself,
yeah,
it plays, a succession of things.
Right.
Then if you plug one in, then it adds that into it, which actually adds another piece to the Haunted Mansion.
Oh, that's cool.
And then when it comes time for the piece to play, the audio comes from the piece.
Right.
It's so cool.
Yeah, which I saw like the whole setup at Hallmark. Yeah. I listened to that for a while.
And then I added another piece. I experimented the whole day with it. I had so much fun with it. I hated putting it away. But we're going to use that for,
very cool.
Of course, I think it's much better for Halloween than it is for crack.
Yeah, I can't imagine. That was another thing. It's like, well, we're not using this for Christmas.
Yeah.
So like, if we did like, and you do a Halloween tree and stuff, so that, that makes sense.
Well, it's damn cool. We also bought a Mickey Mouse pumpkin.
Nice.
I did notice that those magic ornaments where you plug them in and they all kind of work together.
Yeah.
There's a new plug-in now. It's totally different, which did not make me happy.
Of course.
I mean, if I was a big collector of Hallmark, which I used to be, I would not have been happy about that. Why change the technology of the plug-in? Because now, if you're like me, you've got some ornaments that take the old plug-in and the new plug-in.
Exactly.
So it's like, oh my God, now you got to put up two different cords through the trees.
Right.
But not really for me because, like I said, these are Halloween ornaments for me.
Yeah.
But anyway, got them.
Very
The
cool.
only thing we have now is we need to get the organist,
Right, which comes out in
which will
October.
come out in October. Yeah.
Very cool.
So pretty happy about that. My brother.
Very nice.
That's the news I have for the week.
I got none.
None. I
Just
like
the
that.
Tony Bennett.
I
I got
like
a lot
that.
of stuff, though. There's a lot of stuff to cover this week.
All
A lot
right.
of stuff coming out.
There actually is a lot of stuff
Yeah,
to
yeah.
cover this week. And let me just throw this in the beginning of the show.
Do it.
I won't keep it. It's a Disney story, but for time's sake, we'll use it now. A new $2 billion theme park
Yeah, I saw that.
has been created to rival Disney. It's headed to Veneta, Oklahoma.
Yeah, Oklahoma.
The new park, it's going to be massive. American Heartland. It's going to host a 125-acre theme park on a 1,000-acre development.
Jeez.
That's comparable in size to both the Magic Kingdom and Disneyland put together.
Really?
Yeah.
Holy cow. Oklahoma.
Yeah.
Like, are people going to go to Oklahoma
Oh,
for
yeah.
that?
Oh, yeah.
Maybe if you live in... I mean, would you want to go to a theme
No.
park in Oklahoma?
Dude, people go to Florida.
Well, only because that's where they're all at. If it was just one, nobody'd be going there.
That's true. Dig this. A team of over 20 former Disney Imagineers and Disney park builders
Wow.
are going to build the park. It's expected to open in 3 years. Steve Hedrick, formerly the executive producer of Creative Entertainment and Walt Disney Imagineering for 20 years, is going to be heading the park's development.
Wow.
The park's going to feature 6 distinctively American islands: Great Plains, Bayou Bay, Big Timber Falls, Stony Point Harbor, Liberty Village, and Electropolis. Thank you very much. They're hoping to attract 2 million out-of-state visitors a year.
Wow.
Once the park opens in 2000.
I mean, I'm sure everybody in that area, you know, you got Texas, like all the Georgia, all those places in that, not Georgia, all those states right in that area. Like, I'm sure they'll get. But I doubt like West Coast people are.
But when I hear that 20 former Imagineers are building all these ideas that tells me they're going to be open some pretty special stuff.
And you know what?
And really, the only contenders is Disney and Universal. Right. This brings a new contender to the table.
Yeah. Well, you got you got Magic Mountain too, right?
No, I see. I don't add Magic Mountain into that because Magic Mountain is just steel rides.
Oh, that's true.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Whereas Disney and Universal, they have very creative, very artsy, very creative rides. That's the kind of company this is going to be.
Gotcha.
So that should be interesting.
Yeah, that it is.
Iger had a tough week. Did you hear he was on a podcast?
Yeah, I heard.
Said a lot of things that you know
can't make you happy.
Well, it did not make me that happy because I'll tell you the one piece of news that did not make me happy was that it could happen that they could sell the Disney Entertainment division, which is the parks and everything, to Apple.
To Apple. Jesus.
Apple.
Why?
No.
And
this is coming out of Iger's mouth.
Yeah.
You know, all of us Iger fans are going, what?
Right.
So I don't know. I don't know what Iger's up to.
That seems a lot.
You know, it seems to me like
that.
He's putting a worm on a hook.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I think it's not the way it sounds. But the other thing he's talking about getting rid of is basically all the television.
Yeah, right.
He's not digging streaming either.
Yeah, and he's talking, like ABC and like all, they're talking about unloading all that stuff.
The only thing he's not wanting to unload is ESPN.
Why?
Yeah. And their news divisions. Well, remember, Iger came from news.
Right.
Right? He loves the news division.
Gotcha.
So he does not want to get rid of the news division. He doesn't want to get rid of ESPN. He wants to keep those. But this was all just talk in a podcast.
Yeah.
Right? So,
but where there's smoke, there's fire.
Well, that could very well be.
Yeah.
And again, you know, unfortunately, it's upset a lot of people in the television industry.
Sure.
All these people that are working for all these Disney-owned
Right.
Stations, they're all going, whoa, what?
Mm-hmm.
Nobody told them any of this. They had to find out just like you and I did. So, of course, that's familiar territory nowadays.
That's very true.
So, anyway, interesting story coming out of the theme park industry. The new park, American Heartland.
American Heartland.
Yeah, in the heartland of Oklahoma.
Mm.
Yes, sir, brother.
Yeah, probably never hit that one.
You never know. I might.
Yeah.
If it's like amazing,
I mean, come on.
you go.
The only reason I'd do it, if it's close to where Oklahoma plays football, then I could wrap it up in that.
All right.
What else
Where's Veneta?
What are you going to do in Oklahoma?
Well, there's a lot
Outside
of history.
of that.
A lot of history in Oklahoma.
Yeah.
Huh?
A lot of bad history.
Well, yeah, we won't go there. Well, we will, but we won't right now.
All right.
Let's see, brother. That takes us to sports.
Good old sports. God, it's an exciting weekend this weekend. But first off, starting with the NFL training camps.
Ooh.
Yes, sir. Many have already started for the rookies. A lot of rookies reported to many of the camps.
You just said
on July
Minnie and
19th.
Mickey. Oh, you didn't say Mickey.
No.
All right, maybe coming up.
It's always in your head.
Yes, it is.
The Rams and the Seahawks both start their camps on the 25th.
Nice.
With both the rookies and the vets
You're going to go try out, brother?
reporting. God, I wish.
No.
But no. I'm afraid I'm too old and not athletic enough.
All right.
I have no
Well,
shot.
you can always sell beer at the stadium.
That's right.
You really, that's really where you had your eyes set.
That's
anyway.
a good point. But man, it's around the corner now, man.
Yeah.
It's so awesome. And Netflix, not talking, I didn't have this in streaming, but they have a new show called Quarterback that is just fantastic. It follows around Marcus Mariota, Patrick Mahomes,
Madam Leota? Sorry, cannot get Disney out of my head. I'm sorry.
But it's eight episodes, or is it 10? I think it's 8. Maybe it's 10. I can't. But it's like a whole look at last year and like all this unprecedented access, kind of like Hard Knocks, but during the season. And you see how they train during the week. But anyways, it's just got my football juices flowing, man.
Nice.
It's fantastic. The NFL's coming back. That also means the DVD Weekly Fantasy Football League.
Oh, look out.
Is going to be coming soon. I'm going to set the date this week. I know the site is already active, so I'll be
Nice.
sending out a message to all of the participants to see whether they're going to stay or, if some people
We
might
got
fail.
folks that want in.
Because we do. We got some folks that want in, so I'm
Yes.
going to double check and make sure the folks that are in are going to make it happen.
Casper family wants in.
Yeah, there you go. That's right.
Yeah.
So I will. We'll have an update next week on the date, any potential openings next week.
All right.
Exciting. Tonight, Women's World Cup kicks off.
Ooh.
Dude, I mean, I don't watch a lot of women's sports,
Okay.
but women's soccer dominates
Oh, yeah.
men's soccer here in the U.S.
Well,
like,
you like the costumes.
dominates costumes.
Sorry. I don't mean costumes.
They are so much better. Men's
Yeah.
soccer is average at best.
Really?
In the U.S. I'm talking U.S. here.
Okay.
They're just average at best. They're not very good. The women's soccer dominates. Like, they dominate. In fact, they're going for an unprecedented third World Cup championship in a row.
Dang.
Nobody's ever done that. So the first game is tonight at 6 p.m.
So I'm
Pacific
going to write it down. I'm
on
gonna write it down.
Fox. Yes, they're playing Vietnam.
I can't find a
Kick
pen.
it off. Find that pin.
My damn cat likes to play with pens. I just crushed a pen when you were in the living room because I moved my chair and he had brought a pen down.
At least it wasn't the cat, brother.
So, I don't know, sometimes. So this is women's.
Women's World Cup. World Cup's so
World-
exciting, too, man. It's just, what a great event the World Cup
What time
is.
was it?
Tonight at 6 p.m.
6 p.m. on
Fox.
Fox.
Playing Vietnam. So good luck, U.S. women's.
Yes, sir.
Let's dominate.
I like it.
Let's win this third in a row.
I like it.
But then what I'm really most excited about this weekend, my good sir. In fact, practice starts in about an hour and a half.
Ooh.
I'll be outside listening, brother, to the NHRA Northwest Nationals this weekend.
Oh, I see. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
When you said you'll be outside listening, I'm like,
You're like, what?
what?
Yeah, out
I
here.
thought I saw somewhere that was going on this weekend.
Yep,
So
they're out here in Kent.
if the wind blows just right,
Yeah, that's right.
I can stand out in front of my yard and listen to
Yeah.
the old crazy.
The Nitro.
Yes.
Top Fuel drags and the
Yes,
funny cars.
funny cars, that's what I was trying to think
you
of.
can hear out here.
Yep.
Yeah, I'll be pulling for Brittany Force in the old Top Fuel.
Nice.
And
Very
John
nice.
Force, of course, in the funny car.
Is he ever going to give up?
No, he shouldn't.
Good Lord.
But he's struggling this year.
Is
He's
he?
not doing great. He's like 8th. I mean, he's still like in the hunt for the playoffs,
Yeah.
but he's near the bottom of it. So he's got to get going. And then Pro Stock. But what I'm really excited about for the first time ever up here at the Northwest Nationals, they're going to have Pro Stock motorcycles. They've never
wow.
had the bikes up here.
Huh.
Because they have so many other divisions that race,
Yeah.
and they didn't have the space for the pits. So they've never had the bikes, never raced up here.
So how are they doing it?
Until this year. Well, I know they've done some expansion there
Oh.
because from what I see, they still have all those other divisions racing. So they must have cordoned off a spot, made a new space or something.
They just took out all the restrooms.
Yeah, exactly.
Just take it out.
So yeah, taking the whole family tomorrow, at least for the first part of the day. Have the kids check it out. They're all excited.
Yeah.
Until they get there and it's too loud, they want to go home immediately.
Or too hot.
Yeah. Luckily, it's not going to be. It doesn't look like it's going
That's
to be crazy hot. I mean, it's going to be like low to mid 80s.
That place could be
But yeah, dude, it can be absolutely brutal.
maybe one of the hottest places I've ever been to.
Yeah, and especially when you're sitting there, like especially on Sundays, because
right.
Saturday we spend the time in the pits.
Yeah.
We walk around, we check out the stores,
Nice.
like all that kind of stuff. But Sunday we're sitting in the stands.
Yeah.
And that's where it's just, you
Yeah,
get
it's
the
brutal.
heat off the track, and
Yeah.
it's just,
Yeah.
woo, it's freaking brutal.
It's tough.
So anyways, looking forward to the Northwest Nationals
Nice.
this weekend. That,
Very
my
good.
good friends, is sports.
Which means, oh, look, I get to talk about Disney again.
Oh, there you go. The 100.
Disney 100, yeah. Not a whole lot to talk about, but something I'm kind of excited about, brother.
There you go.
Let's just look back for a minute or two to March 20th, 2019. What happened then, you ask me? I'll tell you.
Please.
The Walt Disney Company finished their purchase of 21st Century Fox, which is now called 20th Century Studios.
Which they're probably going to sell here.
And with it, gained control of such movies as Avatar, which is why we have an Avatar ride at Walt Disney World.
Right.
Sorry.
Is that supposed to be a good ride?
It actually, well, it's got the most sophisticated audio animatronic figure in it.
Oh, it does.
Yeah.
All right.
That little Avatar creepy woman, she's blue.
Yeah.
She sits and sings and waves her hands in the air. And it's weird. It looks like it looks real.
Damn.
Yeah, movies like Avatar and X-Men, they took control of all that. Now, guess what 20th century product they're going to bring back to life, brother?
What?
Are you ready?
Hang on.
You got the seatbelt on? Alien.
Ooh.
Yes, brother.
Really?
Work has already begun in Thailand. Even though it's Screen Actors Guild and the writers' strike, all that's going on, so they're taking some heat on that.
Oh, I thought you meant they were building a ride. Hell.
Oh,
no, I knew. I heard
now
about
hold
this
on.
new movie.
Now hold on, my little Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle.
Yeah.
That could come after the movie.
There you go.
Huh?
I'm down with that.
Yeah.
I always loved that part in the Great Movie Ride.
Yeah,
Me
too.
It was, it was amazing. But
No,
it was
cool.
just cool. Like see an alien and the alien popped out from the ceiling.
I say we just tear out all of the Haunted Mansion and just make it the Alien Mansion.
Ooh.
I was just
Something
kidding.
crazy there.
I know people are like,
How about just tear out It's a Small World?
What did he say?
Make that
Oh,
it's an alien world.
and you're still in the boat, and they still play the song.
Yeah.
But where's he gonna come up at? He comes up, just beheads the children. Is that wrong? I'm sorry.
Not at all.
I'm sorry. So anyway, that's my story.
Yeah,
And
no,
sticking to
I'm
it.
looking forward to that. I hope, there's been some not so good alien films, but
Yeah.
I like the last one.
Yeah.
So we'll see. I'm excited. I'm never going to turn down a new alien
Yeah.
flick.
No,
I love that.
no, they could do good, and Disney does good.
Yeah.
They do some good stuff. So
Heard that.
we'll have to see what happens.
Very good.
brother, that is taking us into music.
That it is.
And we're going to talk
couple
about
of big stories this week.
Well, and we're going to talk about a subject that at first I thought I just wasn't going to talk about.
I'm surprised you because you told me you're like, you need to watch this, and I'm like, oh god, here we go.
Yeah, and so because I tend to get myself in trouble.
Yeah, you do. Let's be honest about it.
Jason Aldean's latest music video.
Yeah.
Shaping up to be the year's most controversial. Mm-hmm. Country music star who I'd never heard of before.
What? Really?
I've never heard of him.
Oh,
no.
He's huge. I mean, come on, man.
I'm not a country guy.
I'm not either, but he's definitely one of the biggest country stars, no doubt.
If I went up to his family and said, yeah, have you ever heard of the Butthole Surfers? You think they're going to say yes? Hell no. They're going to go, excuse me, dirty
Butthole
mouth.
Surfers never had the fame that Jason Aldean had.
In my life, they did. He's facing quite the backlash from critics who say that his new video is racist and pro-lynching.
Yeah.
Aldean has denied the allegations and defended the song, but days after his video... Oh, look at that.
What? We have a mic... Oh, is that a sign?
Yeah, see?
Is that a sign that we just should move on?
We've been sabotaged. Aldean's... His haters have sabotaged me. Would you get new batteries, my friend?
Yes, sir. Coming right up, sir.
Damn those haters.
Here's your batteries, sir.
Hold on.
There you go.
We are so professional.
Oh, I mean, come on.
You know,
That's how we bring it.
You know what this is? This is podcasting on a budget. Yeah. Any minute now.
I will tell you. I mean, man, I've been. This story is it's everywhere, right?
Yes.
Like on my feed, like it's freaking everywhere.
Yeah.
It's in my Google News thing, it's like always on that. Like, you know, now all the responses are coming out. It's just wow. I can't believe how big this story has actually gotten this week.
Yeah. That's CMT.
Yeah.
Country Music Television.
And this is what started it all,
whatever
right?
the hell they call it. They cut it.
Yeah, they
yanked
took the video off the network.
Okay, so in May, Aldean released his latest single called "Try That in a Small Town" from his upcoming album. In it, he sings about anyone who might sucker punch somebody on a sidewalk, carjack an old lady at a red light, pull a gun on the owner of a liquor store, or cuss out a cop, spit in his face, stomp on the flag, and light it up, warning them to try that in a small town and see how far you make it down the road. Aldean, who was performing at the Las Vegas Music Festival, where a deadly mass shooting took place in 2017,
That's right.
also sings about how he has a gun and warns that trying to round up firearms won't fly in a small town. Around here, we take care of our own, he sings. The song was not written by him.
Oh.
It was
well,
written...
that's the thing with country. How often are they really written by the singer? It's rare.
It's written by Kurt Allison, Tully Kennedy, and Kelly Lovelace, and Neil Thrasher.
Thrasher.
Yeah.
Sweet name.
Yeah. So on this past July 14th, released the music video for the song, and it uses footage from actual protests.
Yeah.
The video director is Sean Silva, and he filmed it. They filmed it at Tennessee's Maury County Courthouse, which critics noted is where Henry Choate, I think I'm saying that right, Choate, Choate, maybe. He was an 18-year-old black man. He was lynched in 1927.
Oh. Yeah, so that's the connection.
That building.
I was trying to figure out the lynching connection, and so that's what that is. Okay.
Well, Tacklebox, the production company behind the video, told Nashville Tennessean, it's a newspaper, I guess, that Aldean didn't pick the location and pointed out that numerous other music videos and movies have been filmed there. Sheryl Crow, brother.
Yeah.
She also tweeted that there's nothing small town or American about promoting violence. Right. And Aldean should know that better than anyone, having survived a mass shooting. Aldean defended the song and denied that that it is neither racist or pro-lynching. There's not a single lyric in the song that references race or points to it. And there isn't a single video clip that isn't real news footage And while I can try and respect others to have their own interpretation of a song with music, this one goes too far. Noting that, that's where he was noting that he was present at that 2017 Las Vegas shooting.
Right.
The singer continued that no one, including me, wants to continue to see senseless headlines or families ripped apart. But he said the song refers to the feeling of a community that he had growing up, where he took care of his neighbors regardless of differences of background or belief. I've heard the song several times now. I got to tell you, the song has an emotional impact on me. And the way I felt about this song is it's the 2023 version of the Merle Haggard song "Okie from Muskogee" that came out in 1969. Do you remember that song?
I do.
You know,
the
lyrics were, we don't smoke marijuana in Muskogee. We don't burn our draft cards down at the courthouse. It was about the same thing, because that's what was going on then, right? They had the wars, they had the draft, and there were riots in the streets, and basically these two songs are very much alike. So I thought, when you think about that, that was really interesting. So last night I did a deep dive on the internet. I probably went way too into it. Dude, when it was over with, I have to say I shed a few tears.
Really?
Yes. I listened to the song one more time last night, and it just got to me. If you watch that video, it's like the way it got interpreted to me was that he's just talking about how America's tearing itself apart.
Yeah.
Right? Mm-hmm. All the protesting and all this horrible stuff. And in his song, he's saying, you want to do that crap? Try that in a small town. See how far you can get down the road. And I think that's an impactful, amazing song. I tried to find, I went in and I saw the comments on his YouTube thing. I was looking for one bad comment. I want to see what the other side has to say about this. Mm-hmm. Nothing. The very first reply on there was, "There's no hidden meaning in the song. Its message is loud and very clear that foolishness won't be tolerated in a small town. And love each other and your neighbors will always trump this evil," sorry, I used the word trump.
Yeah.
"and hate going on elsewhere. Great song, Jason Aldean. I'm so happy it's now #1. Here's another one. "I'm getting this album. I'm a 47-year-old black American, hard-working husband and father and a Navy veteran. I approve this message."
I mean, there's definitely some pro-Trump. I don't think there's any question around that.
Well,
even watching but I don't think I'm not seeing the huge controversy.
Well,
I'm not even seeing. I feel like I'm more sensitive to that now than I have been.
Yeah.
I'm not by any stretch of the imagination an expert in that, but I was watching. I was pissed before I heard the song and saw the video. I'm like, wow, what an asshole to do this song like this and have it be. And then I read the lyrics first, and I'm like, okay, I'm not really seeing anything in the lyrics, so it must be something in the video.
Yeah.
And then I watched the video, because you're like, watch the video before you come over.
See all races in that video.
Exactly. And then I was like, by the end of the video, I'm like, well,
yeah.
what is the big deal? And maybe I'm missing something.
The way I take it,
man.
It's about American pride.
Yeah, right.
And if you're living here in America, that's who I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Every one of you, every color, every race. We're all Americans. And that, to me, is what that song about. That's just my opinion.
Yeah, I don't disagree. I went into it thinking, I'm going to find what's wrong with this, and but I had a hard time. And the video, the people, it's white people they show spitting on cops.
Exactly.
So it's not because I expected this video to be very racist, and I'd heard about the lynching stuff, and I'm like, what?
Yeah,
so I guess that connection is because of the building he's in front of.
I guess.
I don't know. Maybe you could point to that, but it's definitely not blatant in the video that's why he's there. And there was nothing that I felt in the video that was it just showed you the reality of what's happening right now.
Yeah.
But not in a racist way.
No,
And again,
not at
unless
all.
I'm blind to it, which
Well,
I
like I said,
feel like I'm not
I
anymore, but-
looked on the internet in all kinds of different places because I wanted to see what the other side was saying.
Yeah.
There was nothing there.
See, and I saw a lot of people,
Nothing.
but they were just like, "Oh, I hate Jason Aldean.
Oh,
I
really?
hate
So
him and
I
his
couldn't
wife
find
because his wife
anything.
had said some things, right? Saying,
Oh,
talking
whoops.
about the media. Well, nothing necessarily bad. She's just come out and said, "This is what the media does. Like they're taking this completely out of proportion." Like, you know,
See, and that's what I thought last night when I couldn't
Yeah.
find
I mean, you know,
groups or anywhere where they were agreeing with this.
Right.
I thought, well, is this just another media BS thing?
I kind of.
I'll tell you what
honestly,
else. Mhm.
all this is doing is helping Jason Aldean.
Oh, absolutely.
Like the song went to #1.
Well,
he's bigger now than he's ever been.
Well, let me just tell you, I just found out that he's going to be at White River on September 23rd.
That's right, yeah.
Brother, if you have an extra ticket, I want to go.
I have those tickets available.
Oh my God, I want them.
Okay.
Just because I want to be there when he sings that song.
Yeah, right.
Dude, wow. Such a powerful song.
Because that's the thing, man. That now it's like it'll be like, so if the media's goal was and CMT's goal was to tear him down,
Yeah.
it's done the exact opposite.
Absolutely.
Right? Because now this
Absolutely.
will be his anthem.
Yeah.
Like it'll be the anthem. He's bigger now than he's ever been. And that's what happens. I mean, you go back to like Two Live Crew, right? And when they got banned and all that,
Yep.
how huge
Yep.
did they get?
Yep.
Because all it did was make everybody want to listen to it. So it's a weird, the way the media works. It's so strange,
Yeah.
man. And then what the end result is like, but again, like I feel like there's way more controversial music and,
yes.
and things being said in songs.
Yes.
I don't really, and again, maybe I'm blind to it. I don't see the big issue with this song. And I really thought I was going to have an issue.
And so one of the things about that is, like you mentioned, that maybe it's just, the way we're looking at it. I see, that's when I would love to sit down with people of different nationalities.
Yeah.
And just to see what their thing is. And so last night, I found a video of this guy who I guess he's a black guy. Mm-hmm. And he covers racism a lot in his videos, and because I looked at his history. And so he did this video where he had not seen it yet.
Okay.
So he was going to watch it for the first time. And to me, it's like, man, okay, I want to see this. Mm-hmm. So he turns it on and he starts it up. He's real good in his podcast, very professional. But the kind of guy who's going to tell you straight, the way it is. So he was watching it, and it had to be 3/4 of the way through. And he turned to his camera and he goes, I want to know who in the hell has started this rumor. He goes, first of all, it ain't black people because they don't like country. It's cracked me up. But he said, I don't see a bit of racism in this. He goes, he says,
I didn't either.
I saw, I wish I could say it the way he did because it was so awesome. He said, I saw black people in there doing stupid stuff. Mm-hmm. I saw white people in there doing stupid stuff. I saw a woman that looked Hispanic doing stupid stuff. It's about people doing stupid stuff.
Yeah, they definitely didn't like hone in on any certain race. It was like, you're right. To your point, it was in that first one, it starts with like that white lady running down and like flipping off all the cops.
Flips all the cops off.
And then cuts to like another white lady spitting on a cop.
Yeah.
Like, so it was not one-sided by any stretch. Mm-mm. So I don't know.
So that was interesting to see his point of view on that.
Yeah.
And so that was cool. But like I said, I looked for something from the opposite side, and that's why at the end of the night when I went to bed and I thought about it a lot, it affected me big time for some reason. When I went to bed last night, I just kept thinking, is this a product of the media?
Yeah.
Did the media create all of this?
Yeah. Or really CMT, right? The media took it and ran with it, but CMT is the one that pulled it. If they hadn't pulled the video, we wouldn't be, there'd be no discussion.
And it's like that guy said on his podcast. He goes, we live in an America now where everybody is looking for something to hate.
Yes.
Everybody's looking for something.
Right. That is very true.
Just And then you know what? That's what the song's about.
Right.
It's all the hate and the horribleness. I now understand how people felt going through the whole Vietnam thing, where all of a sudden they saw their country just coming apart.
Yeah.
Everybody's fighting everybody, and it just, everybody's going anti-government, and just everything went to hell. And in a way, that's kind of what we're going through now.
Yeah, for sure. And in a different way, but yeah, it's
yeah, because I think a lot of good has come out of what we're going through now.
Agreed.
But
a lot more awareness, I think. A lot more empathy.
Yeah,
I think.
Yeah, which I think in the long run is going to help everybody.
Yeah.
So maybe, I don't know, dude. Maybe prejudice and that kind of thing is just going to be a way of the past. I mean, look at the way we look at. I hope
you're right. That's very optimistic.
Look at the way we look at slavery now.
Yeah, well, the way we do. There's still a lot of people
there's
in
always
the South.
There's always going to be a
nutsack. That's what I'm saying. Like, it's just...
Yeah. There's always
never going to go away completely.
There's always going to be goofy, crazy people. But for the most part, I mean, back in the day of slavery, everybody thought it was okay.
Yeah, right.
Well, most people thought it was okay. Yeah. Nowadays, we're totally the opposite.
Right.
Most people are smart enough to realize that you don't own another human being.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, for God's sakes.
Now, there's a lot more education out there. There's just been a lot more awareness around, okay, maybe you should step back and realize,
I think as the generations go on,
get it easier than others.
The world is going to be a better place.
Agreed, brother.
Unless artificial intelligence screws it up.
That's the thing. Like James Cameron said, I tried to tell you guys in 1984, but nobody listened. Yeah.
What'd you think of the song, though?
It's a pretty decent song for a country song. Yeah, pretty decent.
And you know what? I love the way he sings it.
Yeah.
He has that rough, kind of, come at us kind of look on his face.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think they did a really good job with it, and I like the song. And I'm not a country.
You are not.
No,
you are not.
But dude, I've heard the song many times now, and I like it. I'll tell you what, we're gonna play it at the end of the show.
Oh, geez, I don't know if you should go that far.
Gonna do it. Gonna play it at the end of the show. Just want you to take a listen to it. You don't have to if you don't want to. You can cut off the thing at the end. But I think it's worth playing on the show because I think this is going to become a historic moment anyway. In the whole of these type of matters, I think we're always going to remember that this song came out, which caused problems, which was a whole part of this whole thing we're going through.
Oh, there you go.
So there you go. There was the story I promised I wasn't going to tell.
Another crazy music story this week.
Yes, sir?
Miranda Lambert. Did you hear about this?
Yeah, but I've forgotten already.
Miranda Lambert stopped her show.
Oh,
in Vegas.
God.
To call out these women who were taking a selfie.
Did you see the pictures?
Yes.
Whoop-de-damn-do.
Right?
I got an idea.
How much money, first of all, do these people pay to be that close at a show in Vegas?
I got an idea. Shut up. Dude, you know what up.
What is
wrong with be professional and do your damn show.
Exactly.
Baby.
Well, I love how one of the ladies in the picture, she's like a Vegas influencer.
Good.
So, yeah, and she's just she went off on her. And a bunch of people fired back. You see all the people that left the show saying, you don't treat fans this, and people were walking out. What is her problem, dude?
I mean, Susan kind of likes her music.
Yeah.
She's done with her.
Oh, yeah.
She goes, I would never go to that woman's. Yeah.
What a bitch.
Just.
What's next? She going to stop the show when somebody needs to go to the bathroom?
Yeah.
You're not paying attention to me all the time.
Yeah.
I couldn't believe that when I saw it. And I'd be pissed, too, if I was at a show.
Yeah. Pretty poisonous to her career.
Right?
Yeah.
That must be and I guess she's talked afterwards and didn't apologize. She just was talking about people should pay attention. Screw you!
You got their money.
Yeah, and the whole point was they're taking a selfie with her in it.
Yeah.
To be like, hey, we're at the Miranda Lambert show.
Exactly.
It's all about love for her.
Exactly.
That picture was. So for her to stop a show.
And point them all out to everybody.
Heinous.
That sucks.
Wow. Could not believe I saw that.
I got no respect for her anymore.
Yeah. So, a couple crazy music stories this week.
Goddamn country. Oh, sorry. Just kidding.
Exactly. Let's get to the top 5.
All right.
This week for July 21st. That's today. Number 5. Brother, it's New Jeans with second EP, Get Up. the Powerpuff Girls X version. Known as the K-pop girl group that's taken the world by storm and broken world records, New Jeans is back with their second EP.
Huh.
And yes, it comes with all that falderall, like all kinds of
wow.
stuff. So
Scratch and Sniffs, brother. Those are my favorite.
Yeah, and the cover is It's like looks like a Powerpuff Girls video game.
No kidding.
Like 8-bit. Yeah, I don't
That's
know
cool.
what the connection is. Number 4, I'm gonna save because it's also number 1.
Ah, all right.
Number 3 this week. Here we go. Number 3. It's Blur, brother.
Yeah, I heard that.
With the new album, The Ballad of Darren Deluxe, coming out.
Did not know it was number 3, though.
Yeah, The Ballad of Darren is the 9th studio album by Blur. The album was produced by James Ford at Studio 13 in London and Devon. It's Blur's first album since The Magic Whip in 2015.
Have you heard it yet?
I was listening to it today.
What'd you think? Ah, shoot.
First listen didn't blow me away.
Yeah.
And I think I still had 3 or 4 songs to go before I had to leave. And this is their first album since Think Tank in 2003, not to be produced by their longtime producer, Stephen Street. Of course, the lead singer of Blur is Damon Albarn, who is the mastermind behind Gorillaz.
Right.
So, as soon as I started listening to this album, it's hard now. Because now, and even though I knew Blur before, right? But he is so synonymous with Gorillaz that I'm just like, okay, like it's just like you're listening to the Gorillaz, but it is different. I guess in a way, it's not quite as creative as Gorillaz. So, anyways, it's not that it was bad what I was listening to. It wasn't grabbing me like a Gorillaz album would. So I don't know. I'll give it another chance because, Blur, man, that was a big band for us. Like,
oh, yeah.
My God, brother. Sexual Favors.
Oh, my God.
Our band. We played There's No Other Way. Remember?
That's right. I love that
There's
song.
No Other Way. Great track.
That's right. I learned that little keyboard part.
Yeah. So it's cool to see Blur up there in the top 5 at number 3.
Yeah, absolutely. That's very cool.
Yeah. Number 2, this is the one I've been listening to basically since yesterday.
Yeah.
It kind of snuck up on me. Didn't realize that it was coming out this week, so I don't have the vinyl coming today. I ordered it last night. Not getting it till like next week, damn it. It's a solid record. I can't wait to dig in more on this. At number 2, it's Greta Van Fleet with Starcatcher.
Wow.
Oh, man. Grammy Award-winning band, Greta Van Fleet from Michigan, consists of 3 brothers, Josh, Jake, and Sam Kitska, as well as Danny Wagner on drums. Together they've performed across multiple continents, and they are fantastic live. Saw them at the Paramount Theater a couple years ago. So good. Sold over 3.5 million records and 1 million tickets worldwide.
Wow.
Their much anticipated 3rd studio album, Starcatcher, is produced by Dave Cobb, who's recently worked with Chris Stapleton and Brandi Carlile. It was recorded at RCA Studios in Nashville, and it rocks, man. It is so good. Like, they're still young, man. I'm not sure how old they are now, but they're pretty young, and they are freaking talented, man. They're talented on the guitar, on the bass, the singing. There's a very, when they first came out, they were almost like a carbon copy of Led Zeppelin.
Wow.
Like, they just sounded like Led Zeppelin. He sings like Robert Plant.
Wow.
Like, it's, has that high, really high voice for a male,
Yeah.
And kind of raspy, like very much like Robert Plant, right? But I feel like over these years and even this album, they've definitely they've evolved a bit, and it's not just directly sounding like Led Zeppelin, even though that's still heavily an influence. There's no question, right?
Yeah.
But it is just a fantastic record, man.
Wow, that's
like
cool.
I've only heard it twice. I was listening to it, started the 3rd on the way here, and each time, like, oh my God, the choruses are fantastic. Like, just great songwriting, great musicianship. Really looking forward to digging into this album more. It's at number 2 this week. Greta Van Fleet's Starcatcher.
Nice.
Good stuff, man. Those they rock, man. That's all there is to it. But at number 1 this week, not really surprised, even though I was hoping Greta was going to be number 1.
Yeah.
But I get it, okay? Because number 1 and number 4 this week is Barbie.
God, you're kidding. I was just
The
sitting there
album.
thinking, could it be Barbie?
Yep,
Wow.
the groundbreaking and star-studded musical companion to the highly anticipated summer event film Barbie. The album features new tracks from an unprecedented line-up of artists, including Nicki Minaj and Ice Spice, Dua Lipa, Lizzo, Karol G, Charlie XCX, Pink Panthers, Ava Max, Dominic Fike, Khalid, The Kid Leroy, Tame Impala, Haim, Gale, and 50-50 featuring Kali. So, you know...
Did you say Billie Eilish?
You know what? No.
What?
Why is Billie Eilish not listed on this?
Oh, no.
That's on the actual record, isn't it?
I would think so.
You know what? We need to check it right now.
It's
Because that
gotta
makes
be.
no sense. That was absolutely, like,
It's been the one
first
and only
track.
song that they made that they
Right.
spotlighted.
So that makes no sense.
Huh.
That has to be on the record, though.
I would
I don't
think
know
so.
why I have zero internet right now. Why? Your Wi-Fi's working, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well, what the hell? And actually, also, Brandy Carlisle has a bonus track that isn't on the physical versions, but it's on the digital version, where she covers the Indigo Girls' "Closer to Fine." But yeah, it's not on the physical releases, which is weird. And then also, Ryan Gosling also joins the robust roster of soundtrack artists with his iconic original song performed as his character, Ken.
Wow.
So, of course, this coincides with the release of the film, which we'll talk about shortly.
Yes,
here
sir.
In Over Under. That's a spoiler alert. So, number 1 is the mass released. It's a pink vinyl. Both releases are vinyl, which is pretty cool.
Huh.
Or for what was on the top 5.
Right.
So it's a pink vinyl, makes a lot of sense. And then number 4 is the Amazon exclusive Milky Clear vinyl. So there you go. Number 1 this week, man.
Wow.
Barbie, the movie.
Yeah.
On vinyl. Crazy.
Pretty damn cool.
A lot of good artists on that, man.
Yeah.
I mean, I want to hear the Dua Lipa tracks and the Charlie XCX. So, yeah, good
That's
stuff.
awesome.
Not
Awesome.
bad. I'm sorry. I'm stumbling because Billie Eilish has to be on this.
Well,
Like that just makes zero sense.
Yeah,
It's
I'd be
not.
surprised
And
if she
then
wasn't.
why the hell isn't that like in their description?
yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's weird.
Let's see. Here we go. It is not on the album.
Got to be kidding me.
It is not on the album.
So what is it on? No, it wouldn't. It's not there.
That doesn't make any sense
I
to
don't
me.
know.
Because
That's
They
weird.
made a big deal about that being from the
Yeah,
movie. How
exactly.
is it not on the soundtrack?
I don't know. That's weird.
There is one that on both releases it says TBA as one of the tracks.
Oh, that's got to be
Is
it.
that it?
Has
Why
to
would
be.
that not?
I don't know.
I don't know. That's weird, dude.
Huh. That's very weird. Yeah, if you listen to that song, and I think we talked about it before.
Yeah, it's pretty
in the
decent.
past. You need to listen to the song. You need to look at the lyrics, and you will suddenly realize, oh, okay, this movie's a little deeper.
Yeah,
than I
it might
thought.
not just be silly
right,
madness.
Right. And I'm so hoping that the movie is as good as the images that song brings up.
Yeah.
So
This
because if it is, this movie's going to be fantastic, I think.
And this thing I'm reading does say Barbie album, Nicki Minaj, Billie Eilish are frothy forward. So it's got to be on there. It
Yeah.
just isn't listed on the
Weird.
Amazon thing.
Must
and
have
then she's not mentioned.
Figured out all the legalities yet, maybe.
Maybe, I don't know.
Yeah.
That's weird. But there you go, brother. There's
I
the
like it.
top 5.
That is beautiful.
Yes, sir.
That is beautiful.
Let's go to television, huh?
All right.
Yeah.
I haven't seen much of it.
Got anything? Got anything for me?
I'm
on
just
TV?
still watching America's Got Talent.
Oh, you are still?
Yeah, we're still watching that.
Gotcha.
And same thing every week. It's got its
That's what it
moments.
is. Yeah.
And during its moments, I really enjoy watching it.
Yeah.
And then 2 days later, I'm like, do I want to keep watching that?
Right.
So, it's just kind of one of those things.
Yeah.
Some interesting acts.
Of course,
I'm not watching anything else. So,
Gotcha.
Except
Yeah, I've
for
been
old
going-
reruns of The Big Bang Theory.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, we watch that every night.
Yeah, I've definitely been powering through some series.
Yeah.
Like The Bear. I mentioned I was watching The Bear.
Mm-hmm.
My God, I just got through season 2, which
Yeah.
season 2 just came out last month. Dude, so good.
Really?
Like, season 1 I really liked, and then season 2 I freaking loved.
Oh, wow.
And man, do they, like, people are paying attention to this show because of the guest stars that are on this now.
Uh-huh.
Like, holy hell, dude. We're talking like Jamie Lee Curtis
Oh, wow.
plays his mom.
Oh.
Bob Odenkirk was in this.
Huh.
Sarah Paulson, John Mulaney, Olivia Colman. Like, it's
Wow.
it's just like, oh my God. And it is just, dude, there was an episode that's a Christmas episode, oddly enough, where it's like a Christmas from past with their family, and that's where you get introduced to all these characters for the first time. So first of all, you're just like star-studded, like holy hell, like every person in the family is this huge star. But wow, how powerful that episode was. And Jamie Lee Curtis, she's like a manic depressive, like just dude. I mean, Jamie Lee Curtis is fan-freaking-tastic, and her performance is gut-wrenching in this show.
Huh.
And then the finale, the season finale of season 2. There was like it had to be a 6 to 7 minute single shot scene of straight chaos in this restaurant.
Wow.
And they're going from into the restaurant to back to the, to the kitchen and through, and then following different characters. Like, just the choreography of how they did it was fascinating, dude. I went back and watched that scene twice because it was just like, how do you do this? How in the hell do you do this? So anyways, if you haven't checked out The Bear, it's fantastic. It's on Hulu. And there's 2 seasons. They're like half-hour shows, but there's some episodes that are longer, a couple. So it's a pretty quick watch, but God, it's fantastic. And then I finally started watching Ted Lasso now that it's done.
Yeah.
And what a great show that is!
Yeah.
Oh my God, I'm on the season finale of season 1. It's so good, dude. I don't know why it took me so damn long to get on Ted Lasso, but what a funny and then it's sometimes very heartfelt show. So, anyways, that's a great one on Apple
like
TV
shows like
Plus.
that.
Yeah, exactly. It's got a little bit of everything. But let's take a look at what's coming new to streaming this week. One I'm really excited for. The first one's Minx season 2 on Starz. In 1970s Los Angeles, an earnest young feminist joins forces with a low-rent publisher to create the first erotic magazine for women in this comedy series. Season 2 of that. But the one I'm excited for, brother. Do you remember?
I thought that was the one.
No. Do you remember? Back in the day on the PlayStation is when it was first introduced. The game Twisted Metal.
Oh, yeah.
We used to play that,
Yeah.
right?
Yep.
Like car combat
Yeah.
game. Remember the big ice cream truck and clown?
Big clown thing.
That is now a series.
Oh, wow.
Twisted Metal.
Oh, cool.
It starts on Thursday, July 27th on Peacock. Peacock?
Wow.
Like, that's going to be the one thing I have to watch on Peacock. It's like
Yeah.
the first, for me, must-see show on Peacock.
It'll be interesting what they're going to do.
Yeah, and I've seen
You know?
pictures and
Yeah.
like of the clown. He's cool looking,
Oh,
dude.
that's neat.
It's based on the well-known video game franchise, and what a great game that was. That
Yeah,
game
it was fun.
so fun,
Yep.
man. It took like the kart racing kind of
Uh-huh.
weapons like to a whole new level,
Yeah.
where it's just like car warfare.
Yeah.
Plus some racing involved at times. Like,
Uh-huh.
but what a fantastic! We played the hell out of that game. Twisted Metal is a post-apocalyptic action comedy series that centers around John Doe, an amnesiac, Jesus, who finds himself forced to traverse across the wastelands of the world in order to deliver a mysterious package. Along the way, he has to deal with thieves, marauders, and plenty of other dangers. So yeah, maybe it might not end up being good, but I'm super excited.
That sounds fun.
To start watching Twisted Metal.
Yeah.
And from the pictures I've seen, it looks great.
And where did
So,
you say that's going to be?
on
Peacock?
Peacock.
Yeah.
The old Peacock.
Okay. Nice. I like
So
that one.
there you go. That's what I got in the old television this
That
week.
sounds good, brother. That sounds good.
Yeah.
That sounds real good.
Which leads us straight into movies.
Well, guess what?
What you got?
I watched another Disney film.
Oh, what'd you got? Oh, yeah.
As a matter of fact, I watched 2 of them.
Nice.
I watched Fantasia
Yeah.
and Dumbo.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Although I got to tell you, I did it in the wrong order. Whoops.
Brother.
Well, I was,
You watched Dumbo first? Because isn't Fantasia actually first?
Fantasia's first.
You know, if you're watching on Plex, you can see the right order.
And of course, stupid me, Fantasia was the cause of Dumbo.
Oh,
because they had lost so much money.
Oh, gotcha.
That Walt said, okay, we need to do a bare bones, quick piece of animation and get it out there, and it's got to make money quick. Gotcha. And that's exactly what it did.
Yeah. You know, Fantasia's a little rough to get through.
Dude, still to this day.
Yeah. And that was the last one. No, we watched Dumbo too. I was going to say, I thought that was the last one the kids watched. But even the kids, like, we were having a hard time keeping them wrangled for Fantasia.
It's right.
Of course, they loved the Mickey, you know, that whole scene. The Sorcerer's Apprentice stuff is great.
Yeah.
But, you know, unfortunately, that's just one sliver.
I love the Night on Bald Mountain.
Yeah, the Night on Bald Mountain.
That's cool.
That's fantastic.
I mean, the movie's it has its points, but it's long.
It is long.
It's over 2 hours long, right?
Oh, God. I don't know. It feels like it.
Yeah, it is. It's over 2 hours long. And for you to watch something that's over 2 hours long that does not have a story,
right?
That's tough.
Yeah,
that's really tough.
It is long and it feels long.
You definitely have to sit down and do it for history reasons.
Yeah, and no doubt it's an amazing piece of work.
The visuals are just good.
Yeah,
Lord.
And the music's epic, right?
Yeah.
Like but man, it's just
But it's tough.
It's not really
a
my
tough
cup
watch,
of tea, I guess.
Right? Yeah.
So then Dumbo, come on, man.
Dumbo's just out.
Dumbo's fantastic.
Yeah.
Now you watched it on. Now that some of that's been cut, right? On Disney Plus.
Actually, no.
I thought they cut some of it.
I thought they cut the crow scene on Dumbo.
Well, I know they cut some stuff.
Nothing I remember.
Really? Because remember that? That was big news when Disney made cuts on Disney Plus.
Remember the crow? Song? That was like one of the big ones that they talked about cutting. It was not cut.
That's true. That was still in there.
It was not cut. When I See an Elephant Fly,
right?
They had that song in it.
Yeah. Dumbo's good stuff.
Yeah, and to me, again, I didn't agree with that. You know, I didn't agree with the way that people were looking at that scene in that film, because it was showing it. That was a style of music then. It was
I think it was more the stereotyping of the characters.
It probably
I mean, that's what it was.
Well, did you know?
What it was.
Did you know that they originally wanted the Beatles to play those characters?
Really?
And they had actually designed the birds to look like the Beatle characters.
No kidding.
Yeah.
That would have been amazing.
It's a lot like what they ended up doing in Jungle Book.
What?
Remember in Jungle Book, the buzzards?
Yeah.
They even sound like the Beatles. But the Beatles never would give them permission to use their voices.
Interesting.
So they ended up not doing it.
They didn't want the money.
I guess not.
What else you got in movies, brother?
So that's it. I don't know what's my next movie. Dumbo, is it? I don't know. I'll look it up while you move into telling us more about movies.
There you go. Got some new stuff in the old streaming this week. A couple to VOD, which one of them, all three of my kids saw this morning. And that is a film that was in the theaters literally 2 weeks ago. Was it 2 weeks ago or 3 weeks ago that we did it in over-under? And that's how quick it came to VOD.
Is that the...
Yes, it's that one. Ruby Gillman, Teenage Kraken.
Oh, no, that's not what I thought it was.
Oh, the new DreamWorks animated film already on VOD, brother.
Wow.
Like, it was 2 weeks ago, dude. Maybe 3, tops. But that's how quick it came to VOD because it pretty much bombed in the theaters. Jane Fonda, Toni Collette, I love her, two of the voice artists in this. Again, all three kids, after breakfast, they had the schools closed today. So it's like, hey, it's new movie day. They're excited.
Why was the school closed?
It was like in-service day or some teacher's thing or something. So sat them down, started the film. All three children gave it 2 thumbs up. They all loved it. And they don't like everything.
Yeah.
Like, there's things that they tune out pretty quickly. They all said they really liked it.
Nice.
Now, when I came down one time, Kyler was on his tablet. So I think, but he's 3. His attention span. But the twins, and Quinn especially, she was like, Dad, I really, really liked it. So I think it's a movie that they will actually repeat watch based on. So, I guess there's that. If you got little kids, they may love it.
Huh.
I didn't really I only got to see just little bits and pieces, so I can't tell you what I thought. But it looked like your pretty average DreamWorks film.
Could be good.
Also on VOD this week is The Flash. This is the new one, the big DC summer film. It has Michael Keaton as Bruce Wayne. Batman is in this one.
Nice.
So that's actually the reason I want to see it. I'm not a big Flash fan, but I will eventually see it just because Batman's in it, and I like all the Batman stuff. So that's now available on VOD. Also new to the streaming services this week, Babylon is now on Amazon Prime. That's the Oscar-nominated film, a damn good one. Dark comedy that follows several fictional Hollywood actors and actresses as they attempt to navigate the transition from silent films to full sound.
Oh, wow.
You would dig this film.
Yeah.
It's cool, dude. It's like an old school, it takes place in old school Hollywood, but it is
cool.
Crazy freaking, it's just a nuts film, dude. It's very artsy. Not artsy, I don't want to say it like in a bad way that would turn you off. It's just, it's a feast for the eyes. It's just a lot going on. Margot Robbie's in it. Brad Pitt. Wow. Fantastic film. So that is now on Amazon Prime.
Okay.
Slashback. This is an interesting sounding film. Slashback. It's going to be on Hulu. It is on Hulu. 4 teenage girls in a rural Arctic community see their lives take a turn when they discover that they aren't alone, as shape-shifting aliens are terrorizing the wilderness around them, grabbing victims and taking them to an alien artifact that drains the blood from their kills.
Wow.
Right? Even worse, they can take the shape of anyone and anything.
Wow.
Armed with extensive knowledge of sci-fi movies, the friends team up to take on the invaders.
Sounds interesting.
It sounds super interesting.
Yeah.
I haven't really seen any reviews or, see how good it's supposed to be. But I love the premise. That's Slashback on Hulu. Nice. If you're into the old documentaries, especially sports documentaries, Stephen Curry. I mean, one of the greatest basketball players to ever live.
Yeah.
I think he's the best pure shooter I have ever seen in my life. So Stephen Curry, underrated on Apple TV Plus, documentary that follows his life and career as an NBA superstar. Ambulance, the film that came out last year, I think, in the theaters, with Jake Gyllenhaal, is available on Peacock, starting on July 23rd. And then another interesting sounding film, Paradise, on Netflix, which starts on July 26th. Set in an advanced and dystopian future, imagine a world where you can add years to a person's life by rolling back the clock. Sounds nice, right?
Oh, yeah, of course.
But what if you could also do the same in reverse?
Ooh.
A man's life is turned upside down. A man's life is turned upside down when she is forced to give up. What?
Well, it's the day and age, brother.
Yeah, I guess so. 38 years. It must be a woman. It's a woman's life.
Yeah.
She's forced to give up 38 years of her life to pay off a debt.
Wow.
Yeah, desperate to find a way to get those years back. And then, dude, the last sentence is desperate to find a way to get those years back. He'll stop at nothing. Whoever wrote this was very confused because I literally did a copy and paste.
Huh.
So anyways, Paradise on Netflix. That sounds kind of interesting.
Yeah.
But that's it. And then we move to 4K Blu-ray releases for July 25th. You got anything, brother?
No. There was one that could have been mine.
Yeah, there's an animated Justice League.
What? Oh, okay, that's not the one.
Justice League War World. This is a new animated adventure. Of course, it's got Wonder Woman, Superman, Batman, and the gang. Needful Things coming out. The 1993 crime drama fantasy. Also, One False Move is coming out with a Criterion Collection 4K Blu-ray release. The 1992 crime thriller starring Bill Paxton and Billy Bob Thornton. Showgirls, brother. Come on now.
That's beautiful.
From 1995 is getting a Vinegar Syndrome Ultra Edition release. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
That's the one I thought.
Okay,
that maybe I should have covered. It's not animation.
No, this is the 2014 film version. The
I knew you'd get it. I knew you'd get it, brother.
Megan Fox and Will Arnett in that one. The War of the Worlds from 1953. Wow. This won the Oscar for Best Special Effects. Wow. I don't think I've ever seen this.
Maybe I haven't either.
Yeah, I mean, I've listened to
Who's in it?
You know, I don't have that
doesn't
info.
say.
Don't have that info.
Yeah.
But yeah, it won an Oscar.
Was Orson Welles ever in one of those?
I'll tell you, like, who they had listed. No.
Huh.
Like, but maybe. I don't know. Because, I mean, yeah, it was done in 1957. Yeah. So, make that 1953.
Interesting.
So, yeah, I want to check that out, actually. Yeah. And then World War Z. What a solid action horror film from 2013 starring Brad Pitt. I thought this had already been out on 4K Blu-ray, but it didn't call it out as a reissue. But that's a pretty solid zombie film, man. But then the two I was the most excited for this week, and really excited to see this one. I love me some Resident Evil, man.
Yeah.
I love the video games. The movies I dig, even though they're not fantastic, let's be honest. But then they've done some really cool CG films, too, right? Mm-hmm. This being the brand new one, Resident Evil Death Island, coming out in a 4K Blu-ray Steelbook. Again, this is another CGI animated feature, but it has all of the classic Resident Evil characters,
cool.
Which is what I'm so excited for. So in San Francisco, Jill Valentine is dealing with a zombie outbreak and a new T-virus. Leon Kennedy is on the trail of a kidnapped scientist, and Claire Redfield is investigating a monstrous fish that is killing whales in the bay. Joined by Chris Redfield and Rebecca Chambers. I mean, that's it. Those are like the 5 heaviest hitter characters in the Resident Evil world, and they're all in this movie, which is so cool. They discover the trail of clues from their separate cases all converge on the same location, Alcatraz Island, brother, where a new evil has taken residence and awaits their arrival. I can't freaking wait to see this. Resident Evil Death Island. That's good stuff right there. But I had a most wanted.
Yeah?
This is it, man. It's my favorite Mike Myers film ever from 1993. It's So I Married an Axe Murderer, brother.
I don't know if I've ever seen that.
Oh, God. If you like Mike Myers, you got to see it. He is so freaking funny in this film.
Yeah.
It's a horror comedy, of course. A lot of comedy, man. So funny. When it comes to love, poet Charlie McKenzie, played by Mike Myers, has had his share of bad luck. But when he meets Harriet, played by Nancy Travis, he thinks he's found the one. Until a series of coincidences leads him to believe that Harriet might be the serial honeymoon killer, Mrs. X. Charlie and his cop friend must find out the truth before it's too late in this madcap comedy thriller. It's so good, dude. And I have so many quotes from this film that I use on a regular basis. I mean, like, just one of my all-time favorite comedy horrors for sure. But yeah, that's excited that's coming out on 4K this week. So I Married an Axe Murderer. So good.
Nice.
And there you go, people.
Well, I've got my, I know what my next Disney movie is.
What is it?
So I started off with Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, which came out in 1937. Yep. Then in 1940, we had Pinocchio.
Right.
1940 also was when we had Fantasia. 1941 with Dumbo. And in 1942, the one I'm getting ready to see next, Bambi.
Oh, that was the last one we watched.
Yeah.
Was Bambi.
After that, I'm excited.
Because then it's Saludos Amigos,
It's
right?
Saludos Amigos, Three Caballeros, Make Mine Music, Fun and Fancy Free, Melody Time, and Adventures of Ichabod and Mr. Toad.
Oh, I love me some Adventures of Ichabod and Mr. Toad.
Ichabod and Mr. Toad, kind of in all of those categories, but really not. But the whole Make Mine Music, Melody Time, Fun and Fancy Free, they're all, it's Saludos Amigos, all kind of the same movies.
Yeah.
And there's a story behind why they did them, and which is very interesting. It's all history and such. So, yeah, I don't even know if I've seen all those, to be quite honest.
I haven't seen the Make Mine Music.
Yeah.
Or, what was the other one?
Fun and Fancy Free.
Yeah, I haven't seen that either.
And Melody Time.
Haven't seen that either.
Yeah. So, and I think I've seen Saludos Amigos, I believe.
Yeah, I think I've seen that too. I believe I have.
But I'm looking forward to those. But I do
Yeah.
do.
But you know the old. I mean, my God, I know the Ichabod one well.
Oh,
like
God,
that's
yes.
every Halloween,
Yes.
every October that gets thrown in for sure.
But we don't really get to the big one until after Adventures of Ichabod and Mr. Toad, and then that's when it's just one giant hit
that's
after
when it
the
got,
other.
yeah,
And that's from 1950 when Cinderella comes out.
right, right. The old Cinderella.
Yeah. So then after Cinderella, we hit
Isn't
the
it
big
like
ones.
Sleeping Beauty and all those other ones,
Alice
right?
in Wonderland, Peter
Alice,
Pan, Lady and
Peter.
the Tramp, One Dalmatians.
God, what a run!
Yeah. So it gets
What a
big.
run.
It gets big.
Yeah, there you
So
go.
I'm looking forward to that. Also looking forward to playing Over Under.
Under time.
Woo-hoo.
We only had one film last week,
Zah.
but it was a big one. The new Mission Impossible.
Yeah.
Which was expected to make $68.5 million. I said over.
Yes, sir.
You said over.
Yes, sir.
And the actual was 54. I don't know, dude. I don't know. I am shocked.
I don't get it.
Shocked this didn't make more than 54.7.
Yeah.
So it is under. And apparently everybody's shocked because only 2 people said under. Only 2. That was Spencer Sharp
Nice.
and your wife, Susan.
Wow, smart.
The only 2.
Wow.
Doesn't she hate Tom Cruise?
Yeah, not a fan.
So that's probably why she's I'm saying under.
Yeah.
I don't blame her because she got it right. Like, unbelievable, man.
Yeah.
But hey, I'm tied for the lead, brother.
Hey.
Bob, that's me, and Michael Chumney. We all are tied at 5, but, lots of people 4 and 3. We're just getting going, folks. We're just getting going.
That's nice.
And there are 2 films out in the theater this week, both very much talked about films.
Yes, sir.
Actually surprised they're coming out on the same week. Talk about opposite ends of the spectrum.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I want to see both of them.
Yeah, me
One
too.
of them,
Well,
definitely want to see in the theater, like badly.
yeah.
And that is the first one.
Yeah, I don't know if I want to see this one.
Really?
I know it's stupid of me because they're saying that this.
Dude, it just, and not to mention, it's my favorite director who, I forgot his name last week.
I told you about an article that I read that said that this could be the greatest movie ever made.
Yeah, I don't think you told me that, but I read
Yeah.
that this week. Like
Yeah.
the greatest film of the century. We're talking about Oppenheimer, man.
Yeah.
I mean, come on. The story of an American scientist, J. Robert Oppenheimer, and his role in the development of the atomic bomb. Of course, Christopher Nolan is the director. It stars Cillian Murphy, Emily Blunt, Matt Damon, and Robert Downey Jr. And Robert Downey Jr.
Wow.
said it's the best film he's ever been in. And Matt Damon had told his wife that he was stepping away from acting unless Christopher Nolan called.
Wow.
And Christopher Nolan called, and he said,
Wow.
I'm doing this. So, yeah, it sounds like this film is absolutely amazing.
It sounds like we're going to be hearing a lot about it all the way up through Oscars, huh?
I would think so,
Yeah.
man. I would think so.
Yeah.
94% on Rotten Tomatoes, which
Nice.
I was surprised it wasn't higher.
Yeah, but still.
I was a little, but yeah, no, I mean, it's 94%.
Yeah.
You can't. It's obviously crazy. It's going to be such a well-made film.
Yeah.
Apparently it took a big toll on Christopher Nolan, man. Like, he was done when that's felt, like, just emotionally. I guess it's a very emotional.
Is he the had to? Did you hear about his diet?
Oh, that was Cillian
Was that
Murphy.
somebody else?
Yes, where he had one almond
a day
to prep for this role.
to get all emaciated.
That is crazy.
One almond. Oh, dude, I would have gone nuts.
Right?
Speaking of nuts.
I see what you did.
Oh, I don't.
That's insane.
I almost rather have nothing
Right, exactly, right?
than to eat one. Oh God.
Better have been one hell of a big almond. Yeah, I really want, because I feel like this is just going to be a film that's much better than that.
If you give me one almond a day, damn it, there better be a Hershey wrapped around it.
Better be. Yeah, I feel like this one needs to be seen in IMAX or some big format, man. It is 3 hours long. It's, it's heavy. It's heavy. In fact, there was something about the IMAX can barely hold the film. Like the reels, I guess, are like they're. It's as much as you can pack into the IMAX reel as possible.
Yeah. Wow.
So yeah, God, it's going to be great. 64.7 million is the expectation.
I have to go over.
I'm going over too. I'm going over.
You said under.
What's that? What'd you say? What'd you say?
What'd you say? No, that was.
Oh, I had originally said under.
Oh, okay.
I had originally said under, and then I thought about it.
Yeah, I saw that
And
going
I'm
under,
like,
and I'm thinking,
I feel like just with the reviews, I think people are going to show up.
Yeah.
I think people are going to show up.
I think so too.
But wow, there's an even bigger film.
Oh yes.
Amazing.
Oh yes. The whole thing's blowing me away.
Yeah, we're talking about Barbie, of course.
Dude.
Already, the soundtrack's at number 1.
Today at work,
Yeah.
that's all. Everybody was talking about going to see Barbie.
Really?
But to be honest, this is the other movie too.
Yeah. Right.
A lot of people wanted to go
You
see
see, there's
that.
places that are doing a double feature.
Oh, really?
Yeah. What a crazy
You'll
ass
be there
double
all day.
feature. Yeah, you would be. You
Good
definitely would
Lord.
be. No Happy Meal toys. I'm surprised because haven't they done Barbie before?
Yes.
They've done Barbie stuff.
Yes, they
so I was
have.
surprised. I took the kids this
Wow.
week to McDonald's and got their Happy Meals, and it was like
Leftovers.
it was the marbles or like some marble thing.
Yeah.
So anyway, I was surprised it wasn't Barbie.
Huh.
But Barbie suffers a crisis that leads her to question her world and her existence.
Which sounds comedy, ha ha.
Yeah.
Yeah. Stupid comedy.
It's gonna have a little heart,
But
maybe.
it sounds like it might be a little deeper than that. That's what I'm hoping.
Yeah, directed by Greta Gerwig and starring 2 of my favorites in the industry, man. Margot Robbie,
Yay.
love her, and
Me too.
Ryan Gosling, love him.
Yeah.
Love them both. So that already piques my interest because it's got 2 of my favorites. 90%
Lord.
on Rotten Tomatoes. That surprised me.
Wow. This is one of those movies that it was either going to be huge
Yeah.
or it was going to be
Just a bomb,
dumb
right?
and
Just-
nobody was going to.
Exactly,
Because
right?
it's hard.
Yeah.
This is a hard subject.
Yeah,
To,
agreed.
to try to make for adults.
Yeah.
Unless you're making a kids movie, which they didn't. So,
Yeah, because I could see this
could be pretty
very
good.
easily being in like Space Jam territory
Right,
or something,
absolutely.
right? Where it's just kind of a throwaway film
Yeah.
that some people love, like me. Then most people don't give a damn.
There's nothing wrong with that.
But yeah, Barbie, man, like a lot of hype around this one,
Yeah.
and my God, is the number large?
Yeah.
158.5 million.
Yeah.
Holy balls!
Yep.
That's a lot.
It is.
That's a little too rich for my blood, brother.
Is it?
I'm going under.
I had to go over
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't
because
be
who
surprised.
doesn't know who Barbie is?
That's true. That is true.
And the more the press talks about it,
Yeah.
the more people are starting to learn that there's maybe more to it
Right.
than just some silly movie.
Right. My hope is that a lot of people are going to go see Oppenheimer first, planning to go see
And that
Barbie
could be
next week.
That could be. I see a
it's
lot
two
of
big
I see
movies.
a lot of older people going to see Oppenheimer
For sure.
and I see a lot
For
of
sure.
younger
Yeah.
people and families.
Yeah.
I see a lot of girlfriends going
Yeah.
out to see it
Oh
together.
yeah, lots of big date movies.
Yeah,
for sure.
absolutely.
Huge date movies.
So I don't know. It's going to be
Yeah,
tough.
it is. That's a lot of money,
Yeah.
man. But I certainly will not be shocked if it goes over.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna go under, I
All right.
guess.
I went over.
There
of
you
course.
go.
Yep.
2 solid flicks this week on
Yeah.
Over Under.
I like it.
Yeah.
I like it. I can't wait to see how they're going to do.
Yeah, right. I definitely want to see both. Like,
When's
I won't
Haunted
see
Mansion
Barbie in the
come out?
theater. Isn't that next week?
It could be.
Because
Yeah.
I think it's July, right? So it's
Oh,
gotta,
you know
got to
what?
be next week.
It is. It comes
Yeah.
out the 28th.
Yeah.
Because we have a concert.
Yeah, you said you have one that day, but you don't. You had like
No,
one like
I
the day
have.
before or
Yeah,
something.
yeah, I have one
Yeah.
the
Gotta
27th.
make it happen. I'm wondering if I could take the kids to Haunted Mansion. I don't know. I don't know if it's going to be a little too.
I don't know.
What is that? Is it rated PG-13?
I'm not sure.
Because God, my kids can handle PG-13.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, big concert week next week. I'll talk about that in a little bit.
Oh, my Haunted Mansion's PG. It's not even PG-13.
Oh, take them,
Yeah.
brother, take them.
Scare
Scare the
hell
living
out.
bejeebs
I know.
out of it.
Quinn will probably love it. Come on,
Yeah.
be like, oh, I know how. And Kyler will just lose his mind. So we might have to do that just for fun. I am going to take all the kids. Well, we'll save that for we got concerts coming up, but we'll
Yes,
save
sir.
that for another date.
It's a good way to end the show today.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. So hey, go to our website. It's www.dvdweeklypodcast.com.
Yes, sir.
Links to places like our Facebook fan page, where I'm leading over under, so stop playing. Email address, feedback@dvdweeklypodcast.com.
And maybe we'll play it this time.
That's right. The phone numbers, or just the number?
406-426-1DVD.
Music to my ears. I heard it. Did you hear it?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm going racing, brother. It's how to happen.
Wow.
I'm gonna smell some my Sunday morning ritual, because the kids don't come on Sunday.
Yeah.
Sunday morning ritual is to go down pit alley and stand right behind a car that's fired up.
Let your eyes just
get
burn.
that nitro and then run out.
Yeah.
But just, I got to smell me some nitro in the morning. That comes from me when I was a little kid.
Yep.
When Dad took me to Winter Nationals.
Yep.
And we stood behind, one of the legends. And his name's not, it wasn't Don Perdone.
Kenny.
Yes. Kenny Bernstein.
Kenny Bernstein.
Thank you, brother.
Yes, sir.
Stood behind Kenny Bernstein's car. He fires it up. Dad doesn't tell me. So I'm just like, this is cool. And all of a sudden, I feel like I thought I was going to die.
Yeah.
I'm like, what? Yeah, I'm crying, bawling.
Yeah.
I will never forget it, but it scarred me in a good way. Because now I have to do that every Sunday morning in the drags. Oh, my God. Here
That's
we go.
awesome.
Sayonara!
Sucker punch somebody on the sidewalk, carjacking old lady at a red light, pull a gun on the owner of a liquor store. You think it's cool, act a fool if you like, cuss out a cop, spit in his face, stomp on the flag and light it up. Yeah, you think you're tough. Well, try that in a small town. See how far you make it down the road. Around here we take care of our own. You cross that line, it won't take long for you to find out. I recommend you don't. Try that in a small town. Got a gun that my granddad gave me. They say one day they're gonna round up. Well, that shit might fly in the city. Good luck, try that in a small town. See how far you make it down the road. Around here we take care of our own. You cross that line, it won't take long for you to find out. I recommend you don't. Try that in a small town full of good old boys, raised up right. If you're looking for a fight, try that in a small town. Try that in a small town. See how far you make it down the road. Around here we take care of our own. You cross that line, it won't take long for you to find out. I recommend you don't. Try that in a small town.
These farmers are dropping their own crops for the day. A friend is in need, and they've come to help.
It's what this community and a lot of our communities stand for. Somebody needs some help, you'll get it.